Welcome and good afternoon, everyone. I am Penny Sweet, the Mayor of Kirkland, and on behalf of my City Council colleagues and the city, thank you all for joining us to celebrate the ongoing transformation of this Totem Lake area. We're standing in the gorgeous, completely reimagined Totem Lake Park amid an amazing display of public and private investment that has been years in the making. Good ideas, thoughtful plans, amazing collaboration and coordination, and an incredible amount of hard work can bring us something even better than we first imagined. And we are delighted to have you here to share it with us today. First, please let me introduce my colleagues from the City Council. Deputy Mayor Jay, if you hold up your arm or hand. Deputy Mayor Jay Arnold, Councilmember Neil Black, Councilmember Kelly Curtis, Councilmember Amy Falcone, Councilmember Toby Nixon, and Councilmember John Pascal. Also, I'd like to recognize State Representative and former Mayor, not here today, Amy Wallen, but also former Mayor Larry Springer, who is also a representative. Both Amy and Larry played instrumental roles in getting the Totem Lake Business District to where it is today through their early and tireless advocacy and commitment on behalf of the city. And following up is Representative Roger Goodman, who has represented us for 15 years in supporting all of this good work. Am I missing any elected officials that I didn't see were here? School board? Anybody? Okay. Others joining us today are Ashley Probert, Transportation Improvement Board. Ashley will share a few words with us in a moment, and with them, we are grateful also to have, and I'm not sure that he is here, but former Executive Director of the Transportation Improvement Board, Steve Gorsister? Steve is not here. Okay. Years ago, our staff met with Steve looking for grant assistance for a rather modest road project in this area. Steve invited our staff and eventually the City Council to think much bigger. Given the significant redevelopment coming to Totem Lake that was going to take place, why not think more boldly than simply repairing an existing road? Rather, consider a multimodal gateway entrance. And that's what we did. And with TIB's financial help, that's what we built. So thank you, Steve, and thank you, Ashley, for causing us to add even more imagination and depth to our vision. In case you haven't noticed, look around you. There is an incredible amount of private development going on here. And I'd like to acknowledge our development partner, CenterCal, and is Representative Brian Kozu here. Brian, welcome and thank you. CenterCal has been our partner in creating a vision and bringing new life, activity, people, and energy to the newest neighborhood in Kirkland, the village at Totem Lake. Let us also acknowledge the members of the Kirkland Park Board and the Kirkland Transportation Commission. Could you raise your hand? There are so many of you here today. It's just wonderful. They have helped us to shape the improvements that we are celebrating today. Nearly 20 years ago, the city had the vision that Totem Lake should not only be redeveloped, but that it should be designated officially as a regional growth center. Regional growth centers become the region's prime locations for business, residential, governmental, and cultural facilities growth. In fact, someone I know very well petitioned King County and worked very hard to obtain that designation for Totem Lake. That would be my husband, Larry Springer. In 2003, Totem Lake received that designation, and since then, the City Council, city leadership, and staff, our utility partners, granting agencies, and private developers have planned, prepared, and built towards the renewed and urbanized area that we are standing in today. Kirkland's leaders created an ambitious plan to transform Totem Lake into a dense, walkable village that offers the community open space and a variety of places to shop, work, and live. New residents, shops, offices, and public amenities aren't the only perks of obtaining a regional growth center designation. Totem Lake has also obtained priority when competing for federal and state funding, which has been a significant catalyst for the improvements we see today. To illustrate this point, let me welcome Executive Director of the Transportation Improvement Board, Ashley Probart, talk about the project just a little bit.
Thank you, Mayor Sweet. Well, again, I'm Ashley Probart. I'm the Executive Director for the Transportation Improvement Board. And if you're not familiar with who or what we are, we're nicknamed TIB for short, and we're a 21-member board statewide. And that includes cities, counties, non-motorized, transit, special needs, etc. So your former city manager, Dave Ramsey, is on our board, for example. And to talk about our funding, we are mostly gas tax dependent. We get 3 cents out of the 49 cents you pay at the pump, and that's roughly pre-COVID, about $100 million a year. And with that, we distribute that out in grants. And so over the past 20-ish years, we've partnered with the city for $22 million out of $53 million in project funding. So I know your city manager is going, let's see, that's about $1 million a year I should book into my city budget with TIB. But more importantly, I think what's really great to see all of you here today is to talk about this project. And I have to confess, I'm a reformed urban city planner. So this was my dream in college to see exactly what we're seeing here. And when we had the opportunity to partner, as you mentioned, Steve before me, and now myself, when the city came forward about 4 or 5 years ago with this opportunity, we jumped on it. And it was coincident with a brand new program within our urban arterial component that we call urban growth. And so the idea is to marry up the road side of the facility just as the development is coming together. So you are basically our second project ever. Sorry, Issaquah nosed you out by a year. But we invested almost $5 million into this project, and I could read you all the technical, boring stuff like provides continuous surface rehabilitation. And I'll just share with you, I used to work for EPA in the early 90s, and we had a famous acronym called MEGO, My Eyes Have Glazed Over. So I'm going to pass on the MEGO technical side and just say congratulations for completing this section or this segment of a multimodal, multi-use, and truly a community project. Hats off to all of you, and I know I'll be seeing more of you in the future for the next steps. And with that, Mayor Sweet, we have a little something for you. And what this says is presented to City of Kirkland, Mayor Penny Sweet, for the successful partnership in completing the Totem Lake Boulevard with funding provided by TIB and of course with the support of our legislature, which unfortunately it only shows the 45th district, but we can get that amended. But it, oh, that's enough. All right. Yeah, so it does say Representative Goodman, who's here, as well as Representative Larry Springer. So with that, I'd like to hand you this plaque.
Thank you very much, Ashley.
And say congratulations to the City of Kirkland. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
You bet. Thanks again.
Super. Thank you very much, Ashley. Yeah, leave the 48th out of there. Okay, so today we are celebrating the groundbreaking of 2 projects that will connect our community more safely and attractively. The Totem Lake Connector Bridge, back over here, and the pictures are there, will connect Kingsgate and Totem Lake neighborhoods to the Cross Kirkland corridor, to the rest of the city to the south, and to the whole region to the north. It will allow people to walk, run, bicycle, and roll safely above one of Kirkland's busiest, nastiest intersections. Construction on the bridge project began last December and is expected to be complete by July of next year. We thank the Federal Highway Administration for its $2.45 million grant to the project and the Washington State Department of Transportation for the administration of that funding. The dramatic design of the bridge, which will become an iconic Kirkland image, will feature a colorful steel and dramatic lighting and a distinctive overlook view over Totem Lake itself and the wetlands. When North Shore Utility let the city know of its plans to make improvements to the system under the intersection of Totem Lake Boulevard and 120th, we saw the opportunity to partner with them to fund and complete the vehicular and non-motorized, I'm going to do the Ashley boring thing, and complete the vehicular and non-motorized improvements we were building in the same area so that they would be continuous and seamless. Construction on that partnership began in June and is expected to be complete in November. We are grateful for the partnership with North Shore Utility and the Washington State Department of Transportation, which actually owns the intersection, and Aparna Canal. I never say that right. Aparna, are you here? And Steve Denny are representing North Shore Utility District over here. Thank you very much. Great partnership. While those two projects are just getting started, we're also here to celebrate the completion of the Totem Lake Gateway project mentioned by Ashley. The gateway is sort of the yellow brick road into the village and Totem Lake and beyond. And for better pedestrian and transit experiences, it doubled the width of the sidewalk that's been standing there, replaced a failing support wall at the edge of the wetland, and added attractive landscaping and street furnishing to complement the surrounding development. Again, thanks to the Transportation Improvement Board for its grant funding of $6.4 million. The Gateway project, combined with the North Shore Utility District project and with the new Totem Lake Park Boardwalk, completes significant elements of the Totem Lake Circulator, a 10-foot wide pathway that ultimately will circumnavigate the Totem Lake area. And right behind me, you see Kirkland's newest park. And I can assure you that it is a big hit. I've been here 3 or 4 times now. The kids love it. The parents love it. It's a little warm, but we're working on that. With its rainbow-colored all abilities playground, the community picnic table, public restroom, and the amazing wetland boardwalk that connects to the Cross Kirkland corridor, this is just another jewel in the park system for Kirkland. So stay tuned for next summer when we will gather again to cut the ribbon on the fabulous connector as the final piece in this amazing body of work. Thank you all for your support of the city, for your enthusiasm for what has been and is being built, and for joining us on this Red Letter Day. Thank you.